Obesity is one of the most significant health problems we have at the moment in Canada, and it's getting worse. And right now, about 61% of Canadian adults are either overweight or obese. You have to consider, well, why do we have this problem? And it's certainly not because people wake up in the morning and think, oh, I think I'll do something to damage my health by eating the wrong things and not exercising enough. Of course not. So what has changed over the years that we're now more and more at risk for being obese? That's what we have to consider. And the answer is, it's the way we live our lives and where we live that makes making those choices, good choices, so very, very difficult. We've largely engineered physical activity out of our lives, and we're surrounded by energy-dense food, poor nutrient quality everywhere we go, and the result is what we see today. We are taking the easy way to get through the day, and very often that amounts to convenience foods, driving everywhere, and that results in us not getting enough exercise integrated into our daily lives, and very often not eating the optimum diet. And there's important information recently that's saying that even if we have too many pounds on, we can in fact be healthy if we are physically active. Conversely, there are people who are thin, who are not physically active, and they're at risk for poor outcomes in terms of cardiovascular disease as well. So whatever our weight, we can improve our health and reduce our risk if we're physically active. The change in our society has not been in terms of organized sports or recreation. It's been in everyday physical activity. And that's where we see the physical activity disappearing out of our lives. So you can put physical activity back into your life. It's a matter of getting off the bus a stop earlier, or even taking the bus at all rather than driving. It's a matter of children walking or cycling to school, and that's a way we can get it back in. The fact is, only 15% of adults meet the requirements for physical activity. And these are modest requirements. This is half an hour a day for 5 days a week, 150 minutes a week. And yet only 15% of Canadians meet even that very low standard. And the figures for children are even worse. Of course, there's a number of things we can do in our own communities to support people being physically active. Some of them are big challenges, and they're long-term. Changing the way our built environment is, increasing density and providing public transportation. So those are long-term things. But are there simple, straightforward things that we can do now? Yes, of course there are. If each of us just took 2 flights of stairs a day, we would see a clear impact in terms of both weight and our fitness levels, and reduce our risk from cardiovascular disease. We can take the existing elevators in an office building and say to people, we're only going to stop at every second or every third floor. And you have to take one flight of steps, and that in itself would add enormously to people's physical activity. There are a number of places that have done sensible, straightforward, low-cost things to try and improve their environment so it supports physical activity and healthy eating. One such place is New York City. We became interested in the work they're doing for one reason, because they've shown it makes a difference. So here at the Region of Peel, we've been working with them to learn from their experience. I think the key success factor for us in Peel is to get the support of all sections of the community, the general public, council, and so on. And I do believe that we have that. We have a lot of interest. Peel Regional Council is supportive, but beyond that, local area municipalities, those councillors are also very supportive. I know the school boards have an interest. So I think if we all pull together and come up with these practical solutions, we can make a difference.